Myself during the video in honor of Psy.
Which he thinks that that's not possible, but it totally is. You just click the unmute button and you can start talking. He literally every time. I watch it change from him muted to unmute, and then he's like, "I didn't do it."
Like no,
you literally watched it change, man. Well, how's it going, everyone? You've done the correct thing. You waited till your parents left the house. You snuck in their room. You've crawled under the bed. You pulled out a dusty box and you popped in an anime tape because you want to hear about your dad watching Outlaw Star, which he totally did in the late 90s. And that's what we're doing today. We're talking Outlaw Star. And it literally is peak 90s anime.
The 90s were all about space cowboys. You would think that would have been the 70s, but no, it didn't happen until the 90s.
Yeah, it happened much later. It was like 97 to like 2002, 2003-ish were like a pretty crazy time for anime. So I know you had said, I don't know about, I know you had said it, but I'll let you say it again. But I had not watched Outlaw Star in its entirety, like since it came out. And I don't think I ever watched all of it. I think I like watched like episodes here and there because it would only air it like, it was like one of those like 2 a.m. shows. Like when I started watching Toonami.
I always felt like I watched it, but like I didn't remember anything from it. So it might have just been that. Like I caught a couple of episodes here and there. But it always felt like I'd watched the entire thing.
Yeah, you get a very familiar vibe as you're watching it. Like you could swear you've like seen this before, but you're like, but that's not possible because I don't know these characters. And if you've never seen Outlaw Star, it follows a couple. I guess I don't know. There's a lot of different people on there. I guess a ragtag group. It's Gene Starwind is the main character, which is just a peak anime name right there. And he's got a couple. I always forget the little kid's name.
Jim.
Yeah. And then there's their, I guess, ship AI.
She's a key.
Yeah.
She's just a talking key.
Yeah. Malfi. It's like
Melfina.
Melfina. And then they've got. Well,
this is crazy. Like I never know anyone's name, and I'm like,
yeah, I'm bad with names in general. Then he's got like the cat lady.
I don't remember the cat lady or the samurai's
and like
name, but they came in.
Yeah, like the samurai. Yeah, and they're like
after the first 4 episodes, so I didn't hear their name in every single episode.
And they're not in like every episode. They kind of pop in and out. But it follows their adventures on the ship.
You got the ship owner. They just take her ship after she dies.
Yeah. But to be fair, she just says like stay alive, and then they just kind of leave and take the ship. But it's a grappler ship, which they make it seem early on that the grappler ship, like before they describe like the reason why their ship is so rare because of like her Malf. I'm just gonna call her Mel for short, and like the computer automated system, which is like super top notch. They make it seem like it's the fact that it's a grappler ship is like a super rare thing. And then like the first 3 fights they have in space are all against other grappler ships.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking like, wait, what about their ship is special again? Because I was like, this doesn't seem like that, like it's that special.
Yeah. But to be fair, in an entire universe, 3 or 4 other ships with it. Now, let's be fair here. A grappler ship may be special, but it's also pretty stupid.
Yeah, it does seem impractical that in a giant space battle, your goal is going to be to get as close as you can to your opponent.
Explain what a grappler ship is.
So in the anime, a grappler ship has all the capabilities of a regular ship, right? It's got missiles and machine guns and all that. But instead, its ultimate weapon are these 2 giant swinging arms that come out. And they fight with by grabbing with them and punching. So they're
not like Gundams. They're not
No,
mecha
no,
robots.
it's a regular
They're
ship. It can't transform at all. It's just two giant arms
not
that come out.
Avas. They're not any kind of giant robot. They're just
Nope.
regular giant ass spaceships with big ol' arms.
Yep.
Big arm with one big arm sticking out of their back for some reason, like a
That,
dragon.
that's literally it. It's what it does. Yeah. I don't know how else it is. Like it's just I don't know. It's a weird ship design, but I mean their ship is cool when they start going into more about why their ship is as rare as it is.
Yeah,
Um,
pretty heat
it is
resistant.
yeah, it is pretty cool. I do like that the ship was like sarcastic to them the whole time, and then apparently developed like a really fragile ego if they doubted its capabilities at all.
Well, we all get that way every once in a while.
That's true.
The ship's called Outlaw Star, which
Yes.
Cowboy Bebop follows, and it's laying there. I think that's why we might have felt like we watched so much of this because we've watched Cowboy Bebop so many times.
Yeah, they are very similar. I thought Cowboy Bebop was before, but like they're roughly around the same time. Outlaw Star started first, like you said. So it's weird that two animes like in the late '90s could both could both have like a very similar kind of concept. Like obviously, like the base idea is vastly different, but in terms of like a comparison, they're pretty close.
They are vastly different in the fact that so essentially Cowboy Bebop is hard sci-fi, right?
Yeah.
It's just completely sci-fi, whereas you got Outlaw Star, which is for some reason based on magic. You've got Taoist priests shooting magic. Gene's got a magic gun made of spells. You got your magic cat girl with her transformations.
Yeah, and they called it casters. I think that's what their name for it was.
Yeah, that's what it is. It shoots spells.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, so they're just buying. I was like, where do you just pick up? I was like, I don't know. It's weird. When that's the first thing you see, and there's like, and like the weird chanting in space, like the God, what are they called? The key pirates? Is that the K pirates? I don't know. There's so many.
You're talking about that first group, right?
Yeah, the one that they introduced the seven, and then like he kills the one guy, and then they're like, all right. He's like, all right, the rest of you, it's all on you now. And then like for 6 episodes, they make no reference to the 7.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh, okay.
They got a lot going on. It's very weird how much like it's not filler. It's not everything moves the plot forward.
No.
But there is a one plot point that everything revolves around, the galactic ley line, which is the end of the universe or the center of the universe?
It's like supposed to be like the center of like the universe, which is like leads to a grand treasure. The galactic ley line. Like it's essentially a good comparison for other anime people is like it's supposed to be the Rafteal or the One Piece of like One Piece. Like it's that same comparison. It's supposed to be like the ultimate treasure, and
so it's like the One Piece, but they will go 4 episodes out of 26 without mentioning it.
Yeah,
that's their plan. Yeah. That's why they're on the damn ship with the key to get there.
Yeah,
but they'll be like, no, let's go to the Ladies Pro Wrestling show. That's important.
Yeah, and then it seemed that like when it does come time, like later on, when he's like, all right, enough is enough. We're gonna go find the galactic ley line, even though no one knows where it is. And he's like, all right, let's go to these ancient temples that everyone knows about. I was like, wait, what? Where are ancient temples just popping
all throughout space?
Right, it was just weird. Like they're just like, all right, we need to find the galactic ley line. No one knows where it is. Let's go to these ancient ruins that were abandoned that no one knows about, except everyone knows about.
Which is crazy because, like, I don't remember her name. The chick who got him the ship, right?
Hilda. How do I know that one? That's the one I know.
Hilda's like, hey, this chick knows where the galactic ley line is.
Yeah.
And then she's talking to the android, and he's like, no, I don't know shit.
She's like, I don't even know what that is. I'd like to find out. That's my entire future. And he's like, oh, okay. And then finally that one dude's like, all right, this dude knows what the galactic ley line is. You just got to break him out of prison real quick.
It all ends up with someone getting broken out of prison. It's the only time it ever happens.
It's a classic. It's a classic anime trope. Hey, here's all these things that you need, but to get it, you have to break this guy out of prison.
Really? I didn't know people got broke out of prison.
Yeah.
Well,
that's how we got you on the show, man.
Yeah.
I know, right? That's racist.
Sai, is that a Raising Cane's chicken shirt?
Yes.
Where did you get that? Did you buy it?
My brother works at Raising Cane's.
Oh man, I've only been there once. It's pretty good. Probably not the same one.
Probably not. You know it's from Louisiana, right?
I believe you. I don't care.
Oh, I'm just saying.
I don't care about the origins of things. I just care that I can get them.
I just know that I think we had the first one.
Interesting.
It's so good. Used to be. It was a lot better when it first came out.
Before the pandemic?
Well, way. That was a long time ago. But anyway.
I'm sorry.
We're talking about Digimon, right?
We're talking about Outlaw Star, which is the precursor to Digimon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we were talking about is Outlaw Star has these Taoist priests who are essentially what Renamon digivolves into.
Yeah, actually, kind of.
Yeah.
Waifumon,
right? And then Taomon.
That's Waifumon, right? For the furries?
Yeah, we're not going to get into furries.
Yeah.
So, did you ever watch Outlaw Star before?
I've seen it here and there.
Did you feel like you watched all of it?
I know I didn't watch all of it. But I got up to like episode 15 or 12 or something. But I was like, there's no way they finished this in 24.
Kind of.
I got to 20. I'm like halfway through 23. There's only 26 episodes for anyone wondering. It's 26 total episodes. I got midway through 23, and yeah, I guess you could say they rush it a little bit, but they do start to finish off like the storyline.
Oh, they actually kind of find out what the ley line is, because more than words, I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
I'm halfway through.
Yeah, they start to like tease a few things about it, and then like you start finding out more details about like what it is and why they want it and that kind of stuff.
So I'll go ahead and spoil it for you, Sai. It turns out the galactic ley line was the friendship they found along the way.
Probably.
That was the ultimate treasure, just like One Piece. Remember in One Piece when they opened up the chest and the chest just said the real treasure is friendship?
Mm-hmm.
Did they find the thing in One Piece?
Not yet.
We don't know. We don't know.
1,000 episodes. They need to wrap this shit up.
We don't know. Yeah. You don't know.
They're working on it.
Yeah. It'll get there one day, I'm sure.
That treasure's gonna be fucking lame. I guarantee that.
There is a lot of people that are like talking about how like there'd be like a lot of like actual outrage if like it gets down to the end of it and they're like, it's the power of friendship.
It's the adventure you made along the way.
Yeah.
No, because that's the only thing they can do. What are they gonna find? Like gold? They're like, oh man, wow, gold.
Yeah, I don't know how.
It would suck because they actively pass up on gold.
Yeah, Luffy doesn't care about
a straw
gold.
hat, but it's made out of gold.
Yeah, I don't know really how. I don't know how you're going to address it without pissing someone off. But anyway,
you're always going to piss someone off no matter what you do.
Yeah, true.
Is that a tattoo shirt? No, that's a Dragon Ball Z shirt.
This is Dragon Ball
Z. Oh
yeah.
I don't know, Sai. What do you think of the show overall? From what you saw?
From what I saw, and the way I remember it, which is barely at all, and I've watched it recently. It's a very good old anime For an old anime, it's very good. It
Yeah,
doesn't quite hold up.
I said it kind of was like quintessential 90s anime.
I can guarantee you this, guys. We would all like it better if Cowboy Bebop never existed. There's no way to not compare it to Cowboy Bebop.
No, it's true.
Did you talk about the dildo ship?
Which one?
The one that they dropped, the Outlaw Star.
The what?
The dildo. What?
It looks like a giant flying dildo.
All spaceships kind of do.
Well, yeah, but this one
But it
was
didn't
red.
have arms, so we didn't care.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
It
honest.
has giant arms that they can punch with.
I believe you that there's a ship that looks exactly like a dildo, and somehow I don't remember it.
there definitely is one. Probably.
Maybe if it didn't have balls, I'm not gonna recognize it.
See.
What ship was it?
I think it was the Outlaw Star.
You think the Outlaw Star looks like a dildo?
Yeah,
That's just what a spaceship looks like, dude.
It's all I'm saying is it's a stereotypical spaceship.
Okay, but here's the thing, man. You know all dildos are modeled off of the first spaceships, right?
No, I didn't know.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, you ever seen SpaceX?
Mm-mm.
It's all dildos, man.
I thought that was a porn site.
Did you ever see that episode of Aqua Teen Hunger Force with the dude who's stealing people's dicks to make a ship?
No.
It was a crazy episode.
I didn't watch Aqua Teen Hunger Force like talk.
That was a great show. My favorite quote from that is when Meatwad's doing like the lottery, and he's like 242 K5. They're like K5. He's like, yes, K5. It's great.
My favorite thing was MF Doom did the soundtrack or something for it. MF Doom. Metal Face Doom, a rapper.
Are you thinking of Danger Mouse?
No, it was Danger Mouse and MF Doom did it.
For Aqua Teen?
Yep.
I don't have the wherewithal to argue with that.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't
feel like I would remember that.
I'll link you to some of it.
I can Google it. I believe you. I don't think you would lie to me.
Is this like one of those things? Is this like one of those things where we like you guys ever watch the Homestar Runner? Any of that stuff? No. Is that like one of those things where you quote Homestar Runner and the other person's like, I'm just gonna go ahead and agree with you on this because I don't remember enough to argue with you.
Yeah, pretty much, probably.
You know, I made a reference to Homestar Runner just a couple of minutes ago, and you didn't even recognize it.
Wait, which one?
When I was talking about a giant arm coming out of your back like a dragon.
Oh yeah, Trogdor. You gotta watch Homestar Runner, Si. It still exists. The website.
What the hell are we talking about?
I don't know.
I don't have to talk.
We're gonna end up with Homestar Runner on the wheel.
That'd be great.
I feel like I watched a podcast. Listen to a podcast about it. I think I'm good.
All right. Anyway, trying to think, what are the big things to?
Si, you got to watch Homestar Runner while playing Kingdom of Loathing. All right, it's a great experience.
What is Kingdom of Loathing?
It's a game.
Oh, okay.
A video game. You wouldn't be interested.
I've been stuck playing Warframe.
Warframe?
I do remember you talking about that.
And Deathloop. That game is surprisingly fun.
I didn't like Deathloop.
I do not know a Deathloop.
Isn't Warframe like
free to play
game that Destiny stole everything from?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Or I guess that'd be Bungie. Well, anyway.
Warframe was exactly like Destiny, and then Destiny came out.
Yeah, true.
It was Destiny before the Destiny.
All right, so
about Outlaw Star.
Back to giant magic space battles
and magic space guns.
Yeah, and magic space guns. I gotta say too, for a prison that no one's ever broken out of, it sure did not take that guy very long to come up with a foolproof plan that worked flawlessly.
Yeah. So here's the issue: you're thinking that it's a prison people have tried to break out of, but no one has. But in reality, just no one ever tried.
Well, that one guy
they-
tried, but he died.
What they do with that prison is they treat the prisoners so well they don't want to break out.
It's true.
He had a heart attack.
It's a scheme.
The guy that broke out the guy that tried to break out. He had a heart attack.
They punched him to death.
Nah, he had a heart attack.
Can you prove they punched him to death?
I mean, I guess he could have had a heart attack while the robots were punching him.
Robots.
I think the robots were resuscitating him.
Just very fast and with a lot of fists.
Well, yeah, that's how you do it.
Yeah, it is. That's a fair point.
But they don't have any breath, so they can't give the CPR. So all they can do is chest compressions.
It's a fair point. It's a fair point.
My brother, I was watching, and my brother was like, "Why are they repeating everything whenever like the Catal people came on?"
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was like, "Why are they repeating those words?"
Yeah, that one. Okay, like that race, I understood from the point where they were like they tried to introduce like the narrator talking about like a couple of the races and stuff. And I got it up to the point where they were like, oh, if they see the moon or like something like that, they get kind of crazy strong. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll buy that. And then it was like, oh, and then they can turn into a fox creature, and that's where it lost me.
Well,
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about them. I don't hate them.
I only like the one that's, I guess, friendly enemies with them.
The one that's on his ship a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. They built up enough crazy shit that when that popped up, I was just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's true. You're kind of just all right, yeah, all right. I'll accept it.
Yeah, at that point, it was like, yeah,
I'll accept it.
Well, it's not like if something like that popped up in Cowboy Bebop, you'd be like, what the fuck? But in this, you're like, okay, yeah. She's an android, he's shooting magic.
Yeah,
okay.
So you kind of just accept it.
So I noticed something, and I might be mistaken, but there's an episode where okay, first I want to mention this: the gay dude that they don't want. Whenever it came, I forget what his name is. It's like Damon or something. Demos.
That was Joe. That was like Joe or something.
It might be. Fuck. They had a bunch of regular ass names. And then they had like Maleficent, whatever her name is.
Yeah, I was doing the same thing, Say. I was like, Melf, I'm going to call you Melf for short.
Well, it's because she's not a human. So what do you want?
Yeah.
And all the humans are named Jim, Joe, James,
Gene,
Death Rob.
My neighbor's named Gene.
That was his nickname. Well, yeah.
Death Rob.
I will say it's funny too how like in the one like in the I will say too the intro song in this anime pretty much classic 90s like super poppy intro song.
It's a good song.
It was good. It was good. And the outro was like, I know it's a weird trend where like, because Yu Yu Hakusho is the same way, where the intro is like this super catchy, super poppy song, and then the outro is always this like slow, sad, like melody. I don't know why that's the trend.
Yeah,
it still goes on today, dude. That's an anime thing.
I know. I just don't get it. Like, why not make them both catchy or something? Like, if the anime is that kind of way, I don't know. It's just a weird thing.
So back to the gay dude, I was saying. So I called that he was gay before it was even close to him showing up. I was like, he's gonna be gay. It was the 90s.
Yeah, I thought it was weird.
They're talking mad shit about this dude. He's super gay.
I thought it was weird how like his one bodyguard keeps going up to him and goes, "I hope you don't betray my master's love and you can reciprocate it." And I'm like, what? Why are you pushing this on him?
He's super gay. And then that episode with the sword girl, what's her name? Tsushimi?
The samurai girl.
Yeah. So the first episode she's in, she's trying to kill him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
And the cliffhanger is that he beats her and she goes off. In the second episode, they don't even care about that plot anymore. They just kind of forgot that was the thing, right? Or am I misremembering?
I think after teaming up with him, she kind of just acknowledges that she's
That's
not really
the
gonna ever kill him.
exact same thing that happens with Faye and Cowboy Bebop.
Probably.
No one ever tells her she can live on the ship.
She just
no one
stays.
has the energy to kick her off.
Yeah, I feel like and it's the same with the Qatar or whatever. Like it's the same thing. She just randomly says, "I'm staying on the ship because you're gonna lead me to the galactic ley line." They're all like, "No," and she's like, "Well, I'm staying," and they're all like, "What? All right, whatever."
It's like when you're in your 20s and your friends just show up at your house, so you just hang out for 3 days. That's just what you did.
Okay.
Now we're all a little bit older, and if my friend showed up, I'd say, "You don't have an appointment," and I'd close the door. But before, we just hop on a ship and find the galactic ley line.
And then we'll be rich forever.
Kind of, maybe. Not quite.
Oh, my favorite moment, the funniest moment to me was the power-up part where the moon wasn't out. And she didn't know the moon wasn't out. Or that the whole planet didn't have a moon. And I was like, perfect, chef's kiss.
Yeah, she's like, I'm going to power up. They're like, with what moon?
She goes, what?
What do you mean?
And then she tries to power up like 5 minutes later.
Well,
yeah.
There's a thing called a Blunt's wave generator. She needed one of those.
Yeah,
and then you got to forget that it's there later on, that you put it up there.
Well, yeah. Do you remember where you put all your generators?
I mean, usually when they're glowing in the sky, I remember it a little bit, but
I don't have money to put stuff in the sky. So
you are full of crap. You have no idea where any generator is.
No, I have no idea. I think there's a power plant nearby. I have no idea.
I don't know. So the animation in this was very loose. Like they didn't give a shit about animation style being consistent. Even from character to character in the same scene.
It's very all over the place.
It's very nice.
It wasn't bad though. It was
it was solid.
It was very 90s.
Yeah,
it was quintessential 90s.
Like Melfina's eyes are bigger than fucking the ship. They're nuts big. I hate that, but it is what it is. And then we had our.
I like the Gilliam.
The ship.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about how I did actually like the fact that the ship had like its own personality, but then also developed an ego when anyone ever doubted its capabilities. But then apparently it got hacked for like super easy.
It wasn't done by its class of starship. That's what it was.
Yeah. So
he always says he'll never be outdone by his class of starship. Like in the race episode, he's like, I won't be outmaneuvered by my class of starship. I was like, what is your class of starship? And he didn't answer.
It's just I can't remember his ship is just a grappler ship.
Which
like
why?
Because it's got giant grapple arms.
No, why would you make a grapple ship?
Oh, we talked about that earlier. How like
no one knows.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. That it didn't make any sense that in giant space battles, but apparently the ships, when they're in combat, can turn on like a dime. Like some of these maneuvers that they were doing, like with these giant ships, like they were like turning on a dime and like immediately accelerating and fighting. And I was like, I don't think a ship could pull that. Any ship could pull that kind of turns.
Well, you see, in the 90s,
space was everything.
It was just air. They had no friction.
That's true. Space was just air in the 90s.
And you could do things like that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Things were different. We were less cynical back then.
That's also true.
Yeah.
Now it's just kind of like, oh yeah.
Si, do you plan on finishing it?
Maybe. I don't see me not finishing it.
I'll finish. I'm only 3 episodes from the end, and it's enjoyable enough to where it's not like it's not like a struggle.
It's definitely a struggle if you watch a bunch of it at one time.
I was just watching it like while I was at work, so like like while I'm just doing stuff for like, IT, like I was just having it on my monitor next to me.
Oh yeah.
So it wasn't. It was easier to watch it. But yeah, I'll finish.
Like a couple episodes at a time, it's perfect. It's like you don't have to worry about continuity or anything or being in a mood. It's real easy to watch.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I mean, we all agree. It's easy. It's not hard to watch, but it's not like easy. Like Yu Yu Hakusho, all of a sudden you've watched 10 episodes.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Not quite it with us.
no.
It's like, oh, I watched 4 episodes of this. That's enough.
Yeah, and then you're kind of like, hey, you know what? I'm kind of good on anime for a little bit. I'll watch more later.
It's very much very anime. Like you were saying, like when the cat girls people showed up, you were like,
Yeah.
whatever. Like it had built up enough. Well, what else would happen? Why not?
Yeah, it's like we've been saying. It's quintessential 90s anime. There's no hidden surprises. It's just
once the other 2 crew members showed up, I didn't love the fact that it was a harem anime. Not every anime in the 90s had to be a harem, but every anime in the 90s was.
It
wasn't a harem. There was a little boy there.
So he wasn't part of the harem.
And he gets his own romance episode.
He does.
He? Is it with the robot girl?
No, it's
just with some kid.
Sad.
Yeah,
sad. I'm sad.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, he ends up being the one that kills her. So if that helps you out,
makes sense. That's messed up. Because
it is messed up.
Didn't she?
Yeah, they're like
mom?
12. Yeah, it's the whole episode of him like with his love angle. Very quickly is that like right before he meets her, the Outlaw Star is attacked by like this ship that can separate. Like so, there's like a main ship and 2 other smaller parts. You know what I mean? So it's like one ship that can separate into 3 ships. Kinda, but just very basic. Like they don't transform. They're just ships docked with a bigger ship and then they separate. And then it turns out that the ships are controlled by this girl and her 2 cats, which are apparently sentient and intelligent.
The fuck is going on?
Right, that was good though.
Right, yeah.
That was.
Don't worry, because
that
then
was stupid as shit. I was totally
it really was.
It.
So the kid figures out how to stop them, and so then like they're supposed to have a date later that night, and then they fight in space again, and the kid helps kill all of them, and then he shows up to his date, and she doesn't show up. Why doesn't she show up, Sai? Because he just killed her.
Oh,
and that's the episode.
Oh, okay.
That's just life.
That's the episode. He's like, I don't get why she didn't show up, and they're like, yeah, I don't know. It's really weird, and you're like, what the hell?
Did they know?
No, they have no idea. They just thought it was like some. They just thought it was a part of the pirate crew.
I thought they were lying to him.
No, they thought it was just no. They were all really excited they killed her because they thought it was just a pirate again.
Mm-hmm.
So they're all really proud of themselves.
With talking cats,
yeah. It makes no sense. Like you see the girl, and like I called it as soon as like they got attacked, and then they showed this girl randomly pumping into him. I'm like, that's the girl that's involved. I just thought like the girl was like involved with the ship, like she was just on the ship, and then they're like, nope, she's the pilot with 2 cats, and I was like,
okay,
yep, okay, all right.
It all made sense to me.
You said it, not me.
Yeah,
that's
something.
That is something. Now I have to finish it.
Yeah, it's
or at least
different
to that part.
That's like it's episode 20 or 21.
Oh, okay.
Something around there. It's around there where they fight cats.
But I definitely thought that Jim that's his name, right? Jim? The little boy?
Yeah.
I thought Jim was gonna fall in love with whatever. The robot girl.
Oh.
Because like that's how they started it off. It was like they're paired off. The little boy gets the little girl robot that just was born, and Hilda died, and then it became a harem.
Yeah, it does very much become a harem, like you guys were saying. But yeah, especially I haven't watched it yet, but episode 23 from the preview of the end of 22 is literally just like him Googling over the fact that they're in some like hot spring and they're all half naked.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's because you can't make an anime pre
I was about to
2000
say-
without a hot spring episode.
I was about to say,
Bathhouse
You do
episode.
need one. Yeah, right. Yeah, bathhouse. Yeah.
Then you could be like Love Hina and just make every episode of every episode of Bathhouse episode.
hey, they waited 23 episodes to make it a bathhouse episode. Is it a
Ranma
space
waited 40.
bathhouse? Is it a space bathhouse though?
I mean, technically.
Yeah, I mean, it is in space. It's not on a planet.
It's not on a planet. It's just floating in space. That's awesome.
I think it's on like a space station or something.
Oh, I wanted the whole bathhouse to just be floating in space.
No, it's not.
I mean, like you mean there's like a bubble bathhouse in space, and you just fly in.
Well, don't they
that's
have
what
like
you
those
wanted
little
in the
water
show, or that's
geysers
what you want in your life?
in both?
I think both. Yeah.
Because they had like the water geyser in the race episode that he just like, I guess, drifted water in space. I don't know. Hey, that's been crazier shit.
Yeah.
Just-
Also, so for Dragonite, so they build up Dragonite, right, as like this ultimate space
Best
fuel.
Pokemon.
Yeah. And then they find that one ship with the weird pirate guy, who kills Shamu.
Yeah.
Did he find?
And
wait! Don't just gloss over Shamu. Is his name actually Shamu?
no, it's Giant
Okay.
Space Demon is what they call it, but it's
Mhm.
Shamu. It's literally a story of Shamu
I get it.
and the man and the old man in the sea.
Okay.
And they find like this giant thing of Dragonite, right? And the show has built it up to be like the rarest element in the world, like in the universe. And they find this giant ship, and they're like, "Oh, we're rich for life." And the kid's like, "Not really. It's low grade." I'm like, what does that matter?
Well,
Like-
you see, the One Piece is Dragonite.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
when you
probably.
get low grade Dragonite, you don't get the real One Piece.
hmm
Yeah, it's just weird that like they build it up as like the rarest element, but not only do they find a giant ship crash landed with it, when they go to that space defense force and they help them out, they're like, "Here's a suitcase of Dragonite." I was like, "Oh, okay, so it's doesn't seem like it's that hard to get."
Well, you got to think diamonds are the rarest element on Earth, and they ain't that hard to get.
Yeah, that's true.
I can go get some diamonds right now. All I need is a gun.
Yeah. Sai.
All I need is a bunch of my cousins in Africa.
We can just use Sai. Sai's got a gun, right?
Oh, of course I do.
Not on him. Well, if he does, whatever.
It's
Yeah.
like 5 feet away from me.
Yeah, after
in
this
the
show,
house.
let's go get some diamonds, guys.
We'll make
Okay.
it work.
Yeah.
Josh has a new job to support. So we gotta rob some diamonds.
Sai's going to be the only one who ever has to leave his house. That's going to be sad for him.
That's true.
I'm never leaving my house.
You have to go to work.
You have to
Work.
yeah. And even to tattoo, well, I guess, do you tattoo from your house? I'm guessing you don't.
I can.
Can you?
Yeah.
Should you?
Why not?
Is it legal?
Yeah.
I don't think it's illegal.
Keep in mind the cops are listening.
I don't really care.
I don't think it's illegal.
I don't think it's illegal technically.
I think it's just risky because I don't think it's illegal in terms of like the cops couldn't do anything, but like
Yeah, the cops.
The health department?
the hell, yeah, well, like the person getting the tattoo could sue you because it's not like a sanitary environment or whatever.
Sai has
Yeah.
never given anyone AIDS from a tattoo.
I've never done that.
That we
And
know of.
and mine would be sanitary. I know how to sanitize it and everything, so it's fine.
Yeah, well, then everything's fine.
I just used the same needles like 5 times.
Does that save money?
Of course.
Well,
I blow on them. I go to make sure they're clean afterwards.
That's all you
all
really
of
need
that.
to do.
All of that sounds great.
That's all you really
I need to
do.
schedule a tattoo with you.
It's fine. It makes
I'm
it
sure,
makes
I'm sure Sai will give us all discounts.
it's like when you cook. I would. It's like when you cook and you use the same pan and it keeps the same flavor. It keeps the ink and it makes the ink better.
Sai, how often do you wash your pans? Just out of curiosity now.
all the time.
Oh, perfect.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
in.
Well, there you go. count me inside. All right. So Outlaw Star. Any other big episodes or things that are worth mentioning or talking about?
So why are they called outlaws?
Why are they called outlaws? Because
There is
they don't follow the
there-
law.
There is an
But
episode that goes. There is an episode that the narrator talks about in the beginning, and he says that I think if I remember right, he says that the difference mainly is that outlaws will work with like the defense force or the police or something if it's in like
Okay.
the best interest of like they'll pretty much work for the better good while serving their own best interest, whereas pirates are only out for their own self-interest and will kill innocent people. I think that's the difference. Is outlaws won't
Okay.
kill innocent
Because
people
it confused
and
the shit out
pirates
of me.
will.
They're
There's
just
like one
slightly nicer versions of pirates.
Yeah, it's one of the episodes the narrator randomly goes, and here's what a pirate is, and just randomly very quickly says what everyone is.
They're like, what are they called? Whenever the pirates in the real world would be sanctioned by the nation or whatever. Fuck. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I have no idea, but I believe you.
Not black
Always-
flag
always-
pirates.
Straw Hat Pirates?
Yes. Straw Hat Pirates.
Always Straw Hat Pirates.
You know, with the robot dude
Oh yeah,
and
Frankie
the skelly bones.
Brooke.
Right. All of this makes sense. So
It
what do you
does.
think, guys? Are we ready to rate this show?
Yeah, I think so.
Sai, what do you got?
I think I got a C is average, right?
C is average, yeah.
I got a strong B minus where I'm at.
Okay.
Interesting.
Like it's good for a 90s show. So I give it a B minus, especially if you have like the nostalgia for it.
Yeah.
Probably like a C plus plus. If it's the first time watching, it probably won't be great, but it won't be bad.
Yeah.
It's just like if you know what you're getting into, you're gonna have a fun time.
So this is the thing.
Right.
I didn't remember it like this at all. I remember it being
I
like
didn't either.
serious
Yeah,
drama.
It's not what
Probably because you were.
But what I think I
young.
remembered more was the commercials for it.
Probably.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a solid B. It's good. Like Sai said, it maybe isn't like a show where you can like watch it in a day and then go, holy shit, I just watched that entire thing in a day or two. But like if you watched 4 or 5 episodes a day and watched the whole thing over like the course of like a week or so, you'd be like, all right, yeah. Like it's good. There's nothing that's like outwardly bad about it, but there's nothing that's like insanely good either. It's kind of just slightly above average.
Yeah. I think like I said, one of its biggest flaws is that it came out so close to Cowboy Bebop. And I think all of us would have liked it more if we didn't see that essentially the genre could have been done better. But even saying that, I liked it a lot. I give it a B plus.
Okay. So we're all
Okay, animation aside, I think I have a funner time watching Outlaw Star than Cowboy Bebop.
It's definitely funner.
It is a more a not enjoyable, yeah, like you guys are saying, a more fun watch.
Well, Cowboy Bebop, I think only had one episode that was fun, and that was the episode where they all did drugs.
I do remember that.
I think that was the only episode where I'd be
the
like,
one
that was fun.
Is that the one where they were something with refrigerator or something?
Yeah, there was some kind of fungus in the refrigerator.
Yeah, and they ate it and gave them all drugs.
Okay, yeah, I remember that episode.
But that was probably the only episode that was made to be like, let's have some fun. The only episode where no one died.
Yeah.
Like animation aside, if I had to pick, I'd probably be like, let's watch Outlaw Star.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Not saying that Cowboy Bebop isn't better. It's just
Right. No, I get what you're saying.
It's more straight laced in the anime. They have a very rigid way everyone is drawn, and they have to be, every character has to follow that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you really don't get the '90s anime scream from the side profile in Cowboy Bebop too much,
Yeah, that's true.
and everyone
So I
needs a
think
good side.
overall, I think that's a B because B minus, B plus. So
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I think that fits. I think that's a pretty good, accurate description of it.
It's a good score.
It's about a B. Yeah.
And people should definitely watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I really, not as Josh says, I really do remember it being a lot different.
Yeah, I thought it was like the more serious version, like
Mhm.
of a show.
I
That's
just
honestly was my memory of it, and then I'm like, well, this is so much comedy.
like I
Yeah.
remember it being action heavy, like guns blazing, Wild West kind of thing.
Yeah, guys, I'm really thinking we're remembering the ads for it more than the show.
Probably.
'Cause that's how Toonami put it out.
I think
Yeah.
so.
They were always showing like the serious moments with a
I may not
serious
have ever
overtone.
watched this show and just seen the ads and thought I watched it.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but that could be true.
Yeah.
Could be true for all of us.
Now I'm curious about Big O.
Big O was great, but
No, I have a burning hatred for Big O, but
I
I don't
fucking love
know
Big O.
that I actually watched it now. That he
Well,
brought that up about Outlaw Star.
I think
I'm-
it's. Is it on the list?
I'm
Let me
re-
check.
If
I'm
it's not on the
rethinking-
wheel, just add it.
Yeah, it's
I'm
not.
rethinking-
I'm
Get
gonna
that wheel
add
up. I haven't seen that wheel in weeks.
add
It's
it.
been a while. It's been like
Big
Close
3
out
weeks.
all the ads for horse dildos you're looking up. Pull up the wheel.
Where is it presented? Oh, that's what. Oh yeah, they changed it. It's no longer just share screen. Now it's present. They changed it on StreamYard.
Present
Oh, no.
screen.
Yeah, they're changing things. All right, there's 93, so we're getting closer and closer to my goal of getting this so crowded that we don't understand anything. All right, let's see what we're reviewing in 2 weeks.
Sai, are you excited? Are you
I
nervous?
don't know yet. Always.
I like that it's so small. We
I don't like- I was like, I don't like how long.
Desert Punk.
Yes!
It was almost on Dragon Ball, and then it just ticked over to which I've never seen Desert Punk. So
Desert Punk. Yeah. My brother has the DVD set. I'll watch it, then I'll mail it to you guys.
all right, let
Desert
me.
Punk is the best. I've watched Desert Punk 4 times already.
All right, let me read.
Oh,
this
you're into
one.
you're into Desert Punk.
I
thought you were going
love
crazy
Desert
over Dragon Ball.
Punk.
All right,
No,
let's see here. So Desert Punk, it is
the best show ever.
24 episodes.
Fucking hilarious.
Wait,
And
hang on. Desert Punk. Who's the main character?
That dude with I forget his name.
Is it
But
Vaughn?
no.
All right. Okay.
I
So what
know
is this?
that.
Okay. Here's a description for anyone wondering what Desert Punk is. I've never seen this. I've seen the image a lot. I just never actually watched it.
It's made by Gonzo.
The Great Kanto Desert, a sweltering wasteland, nothing but ruins and sand, is all that remains of post-apocalyptic Japan. The once fair population has been left to cling to the inhospitable dunes for survival. One such person is the masked handyman Suna Bozo, or Desert Punk, who has forged a legendary reputation for always finishing his jobs, no matter the nature or cost. And that's essentially the adventure through the Kanto Desert with following that guy.
All right, that's not the one I was thinking of.
Okay.
Should be fine though.
You're
Yeah.
gonna love it. It's fucking hilarious.
It's 24 episodes, so I mean, it's not outrageous. I don't know.
I don't remember his name being Tsunabozo.
I think it's on Netflix. I can tell you it's not on Crunchyroll.
It used to be on Hulu.
Hulu?
Yeah, his name is Kanta.
Oh, I don't know.
That's what you had
On
said, right?
Funimation, we could all watch it on Funimation Premium. No reason not to subscribe to Funimation now.
It is also not on. It's not on Netflix. I swore it was at one point. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll watch it.
It might have
We'll
been.
figure
It
it
might have
out.
been.
We're
I'm gonna start watching this tonight. I fucking love Desert Punk.
I'm
Alright,
happy.
so
You're
that-
happy, Sai.
That's in
Sai,
2
do you know
weeks.
what we're doing on the podcast next week?
Desert Punk.
That's
No.
in 2 weeks.
Oh,
Do you know what
shit.
we're doing
What are we
next
doing?
week?
No.
We're talking about you.
Oh yeah, shit. Fuck. I forgot.
Yeah, shit, fuck. Yeah. You're going over your favorite animes off of the list of 7,000 you've sent out so far.
Yeah, so you got to pick them.
No, this wasn't 7,000. It was like 6,800.
Well, yeah.
And I cut a lot back.
Well, yeah, I would
It could have
imagine.
been longer. I forgot Desert Punk. You see?
You forgot
That's
Desert
why-
Punk.
That's why I
And
put
you forgot.
things in there so I remember.
That's
Now I've
why
gotta
it's
put Desert
hard,
Punk.
man. Because like when I made my first
Nope.
top 5 list, we talked
Somebody
about it,
fucking shot.
and then Digimon came around and it fucked up all my shit because I was like, how could I not have put Digimon on this list?
Digimon Ghost Game.
Yeah.
All right, so Josh, you want to send us on out?
All right, guys. All right, kiddos. Tune in next week when we talk about Sai's favorite anime. Tune in the week after that when we watch Desert Punk. And then the week after that, I will not be here. We'll talk about that later when we're off air. But make sure to sneak back into your parents' bedroom, sprinkle a little dust back on that VHS tape, slide it under the bed, and tune in next week for more Dad's Anime Stash.